Hello and welcome to today's episode of Philip versus the AI haters. In today's episode, we're going to dive into Python scripts. The theme for today is going to be image manipulation. So what I've got over here is I've got a folder. Over here's the folder, and inside that folder I have a couple of images, mostly of cowboys for some reason. I also have a puppy and a racing car. So I'm sure many of you would have at some point in your life had a desire to remove the background of something. Maybe you're making a presentation or a card or making a website or something and you want to remove that. And there are these tools. Like for instance, there's this remove BG tool. So for example, if I put the racing car over here, it has the car, it removes the background. Nice job. And then I can download it. I think this is made by Canva or sponsored by Canva or something, but you can see here you can download a low res version of this, but the full res version, this is the size of the original image, you need to create an account or something like that, and we don't want to do that. Let's say we wanted to do this, but we wanted to batch a whole thing, right? Let's say there were 500 photos and we wanted to do this. Now we could manually go through 500 photos, but we're true AI native people, so we're not going to do any of that. We're going to write our own script that does this. Okay, so how does this work? Well, let's ask ChatGPT how to do this. Nice. And as always, I'm going to be using Super Whisper to transcribe my voice. But you can also actually use this. You don't even need to install something. Let me just show you once. I want to remove the background on a folder of images. What are some of the Python libraries I should use to do that? Here we go. And if you know nothing about coding, you can think of a library as just code that someone else has written, and it basically, you can leverage that code. You can take the code that they had and kind of leverage it in your program. Okay. Remove background. RemBG is a dedicated tool. Okay, so open whatever. Let's take the first one. That sounds great. Now let's go over here and just explain what our problem is. There is a folder called raw_images, and I want to process all the images in that folder. The output folder should be called processed_images, and I want to support all kinds of image formats. It should support JPEGs, WebPs, and JPEG with an E and JPEG without an E. I'm not sure what the difference is, but it should support both of those. And I want a really simple script using RemBG. There we go. And note also that this is not perfect. It didn't, it capitalized this incorrectly. There's potentially some other issues that I had. Prompts don't actually need to be perfect. Just as a pro tip, people spend too much time perfecting them. Okay, there we go. This looks like it does something. Let's copy that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a text editor. There we go. This is called Sublime, but there are tons of text editors and many of them are free. Okay, so I'm just going to save this and I'm just going to give it a simple name like remove background.py. That's what Python files are named as. There we go. We've got our file. Fantastic. I'll just minimize that. And then I'm going to open a terminal. There we go. Coding. And then I just type a command, Python 3, and then I press tab, remove background. There we go, and hit enter, and let's see what happens. Okay, something might be happening. If you encounter something like this and you might be wondering, it's like, hey, what was happening there? Is you can just change the script to indicate to you what was happening on the screen, and we'll maybe modify it and do exactly that. Okay, and then let's go over here. We look at processed images, and amazingly, the background has been removed from all of these images. Nice, and it's full resolution. I don't know if that's probably even too big for the screen over here. This is at the full resolution. And so that obviously took not very long. If I wasn't explaining, I could have done it even faster. And you can do lots of these types of things. For example, I added this new folder over here called logos. So the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little bit more complex. And this is a folder of various different logos. And we can see here's a colored one with a sort of grayish color. This one is white. This one is maroon, I guess. And, you know, they have slightly different colors. Some are black. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is imagine I was making a presentation or maybe a website or something, and I wanted all of them to be black. Now, what I could do is I could use something like Photoshop and create a batch process. But what if I don't have Photoshop? And that also takes long, and I need to maybe install Photoshop, or I need to know how Photoshop works, and that maybe takes too long. But we can probably just do all of that with a simple Python script. So again, new window. I want to create a script that processes a folder of logos. The folder is called logos. And I want to turn all of the logos black. They are currently mostly PNG files, all PNG files. And I want to turn them to WebPs. And I want to, they should continue to have a transparent background, but I want to make them black instead. And currently they're various different colors. Which Python library should I consider using? So again, over here is, I'm not saying that I don't know which library to use, but over here it tells me, okay, so we want to use Pillow. Fantastic. And here's even a little idea, and oh my word, here's a script. Okay, I didn't even need to, I thought I was going to need to make another prompt. Okay, fantastic. Let us see that over here. We will open up Sublime again. Fantastic. Let us paste this over here. Save. And what do you call this? Change process logos. Logos.py. Fantastic. Save it. Close. And then I open up my terminal again. We're back over here, and then we go Python, what do I call it? Process logos. Hit enter. Here we go. Check the output folder for results. Is there an output folder? There is. Process logos. And wonderful. And now all the logos are black. Nice work. And so the point of this wasn't specific about this kind of image manipulation. You can create scripts that do essentially anything. The point was more just that I didn't write any code. All I did is I just asked it which library to use to solve the problem, and then I asked it to write a bit of code, and I executed it. So hopefully this inspires you to test a couple of other things as well. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video.